everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show. And today we're going to look at a stock. Is it this stock's time to pop? We're going to look at that setup. We're going to look at the SPY. We're going to look at our APLD trade, our ONS trade, the Bitcoin trade, and a whole bunch more. Before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people, and I appreciate those who flooded the comment section with get well wishes, because yesterday, as you can see, I wasn't online. I went too hard on Monday and Tuesday, and I just had no voice on Wednesday. So I do apologize, no show, but here I am back today. And hopefully I'll be also streaming tomorrow. But if I'm not, you know why there. But here I wanted to get out and give you an update today. And of course, if you're a new subscriber to the channel, welcome. First time watcher, and make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification not to miss the daily updates. All right, I'm feeling a little bit hazy. I'm still on medication, so just bear with me if I make a few mistakes here and there. I'm doing my best for you all this morning. We're going to jump straight into the SPY here. And as you can see, one of the things that I said was what? If we kept pushing through, look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Usually it's around 7 to 10 tests on the daily time frame. Usually there's a break because the sellers are now exhausted. There's no more sellers and they push through. And then we get a whole bunch of new sellers up here. Isn't it interesting? It almost hit my target of 694. It missed it by 4 cents. So that's how accurate the technicals I'm giving you are. And so again, we're back to 689, actually 688 in the pre-market. So 689, we want to be short below, long above. Very simple flip. This is support resistance. It's called an SR flip. For those of you who are new to trading, an SR flip, and that means support resistance gets flipped. So if we see this push back above 689, it's flipped. We can go long. And then, of course, right now it's flipped in the pre-market. We would go short. However, there is support at 687 and more support down there at 685. And, of course, there's resistance at 694 above. So just be aware of that. That's the SPY. Oh, poor Bitcoin, what happened? Well, we saw a beautiful fake out again. It wasn't time for the market makers to take this up. We'll have to wait for another day. But I did warn that this could fizzle out, and we've seen it happen over here before and over here before. We've seen this 1, 2. But again, the more times this level 93 gets tested, the better. And it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, 6, 7. And so I would expect this to get broken possibly the next time. Usually somewhere between 7 to 10 times on the daily where this gets tested. And you can see how key this 93K level is. And then this is my expectation to the upside here. And that does come in line with this beautiful W bottom, which is still in play, by the way. This could turn into a beautiful cup and handle too. We come down here and make a handle, and this technical target would be the same. So that's what I'm looking for. But again, we really do need to see a weekly close above that, I think, because when you look over here, we've seen 2-day close, 2 or 3 days here, a couple of days here. So a full weekly candle close above here. And then we'd want to, you don't have to wait for another full weekly candle open and close, but that would confirm the move to the upside there for me, get a proper break. So we didn't see that happen, but we've got a few more days till Sunday to see if we can get back above here, have a close above that, and see if we can get some move to the upside there. It will usually happen when people least expect it, where people are fatigued and exhausted, and then the market makers, people just, I'll pack it in, they'll sell. And then the market makers will use that liquidity to fill the order books and send it. And then all of those short positions get capitulated to the upside. And that's what pushes price. I won't go into that today. I've done that. I've covered that before in a different video. So now let's have a look at our ONS play that I shared the other day. This was my video, was this the next Palantir? And I gave this trade at about $11.20, just around here. just around this candle here before we took off. I believe this was on Monday, and look what happened, like a rocket ship. This has taken off. If you took this trade here, then when I shared it here on YouTube, then a massive 20% there. We have found some resistance at the Fibonacci there at $13.53. So it'll be interesting to see if we can push above that, get a close above there. If you're looking for an entry, it seems to me that the 9 EMA on the 4 hour has been not a too bad a spot. That's at $12.60 at the moment, which is quite below price. And then a little bit further back, there you have the 20 EMA. So sometimes I'll drop to the 1 hour time frame, and you can see the 1 hour actually has been very, very good. If you just kind of nibbled every time it hit the 1 hour, apart from this little dip here, you'd be up considerably. That's sitting a little bit higher, up around $12.80. So just keep the 9 EMA or the 20 EMA on the 1 hour time frame there for ons. And of course, those of you took the very first earnings play from the Tribal Trades Discord, I shared it here on YouTube as well for you all, so you could get a taste of the new channel that's in the Tribal Trades Discord. We're already, I believe, 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 for earnings in the Tribal Trades Discord. As far as targets hit, there was some targets that we had for earnings. They've been hit. Of course, there's some other plays that we have for later this month and early next month, and I'll update you on all January's earnings plays at the end of the month. Sorry, you don't get those plays unless you're in the Tribal Trades Discord, but I did give you one of those plays, and I gave it to you at $24. And this trade has absolutely been an absolute monster here. 24, it went all the way up actually to about $31. I exited the trade at about just over $30 there, and that trade there, absolutely incredible, 28% banger there. Somebody in the Tribal Trades Discord actually made $12,000 off that play. All you had to do was take the trade. Listen, scared money doesn't make money. And so far, the earnings plays channel has a 100% win rate. Yes, 1 for 1, but also some other plays have also hit their targets. So those plays are already winners before earnings has come in there. And so we have a full earnings strategy. We have a full earnings channel. As you can see here, we have something for everybody. We've got crypto plays for the crypto traders. We have day trades for all the day traders and scalpers. We have a live session in the mornings for all the day traders and scalpers. We have swing and weekly setups here for those who just like doing swing trades in and out in the same week. Or within the same week. We have the earnings plays, of course, which is what I just showed you, this incredible earnings play here that we had. Absolutely fantastic. A wonderful move, hit our target of 28%, hit that upper target of $30. Absolutely fantastic. We have our quarterly plays. These usually play out once a quarter, so kind of ties in a little bit with earnings are finished for the quarter. And those plays, so there's a couple of plays in there. And of course, for the longer term investors who just want to buy, accumulate, take profits, add on dips, we have our yearly stock play strategy there. And of course, we have the new Tribal Trades Discord indicator. Absolutely fantastic. And that was released this week. And so those of you who are in the Discord had that. I'm going to show you that in just a moment. But I do want to show you the trade very quickly here. What's the trade? Oh, yes. Here it is here. Sorry, a little bit hazy this morning. Nvidia. I think, is it Nvidia's time to pop? It's been consolidating, going sideways, a little bit choppy. I want to look at the Nvidia trade here, and let's have a look at what we can see. So you can see here that Nvidia had a really huge drawdown down to this 169 area Fibonacci, and that held beautifully as support. You can see the first indicator that we released, the Tribal Trades signals indicator. This indicator alone, I believe, is worth the price of the Discord. Gosh, the Discord is cheap when you think that you get these two indicators included for free. Well, it's not really for free. You're paying for them as part of the Discord, but really you are there. And look at this wonderful, wonderful move to the upside here made by Nvidia. And you can see that the indicator gets you a nice and early and that beautiful move to the upside. And I think that's what people struggle with. When do I make an entry? A lot of people get stuck because they're like, oh, you buy a dip that keeps dipping and you don't know, oh, where do I buy? Where do you buy? Well, the tribal trades indicator gives you that beautiful entry. What am I looking for here is a break above this $190. Ideally, I'd like to see a daily close above this level. Of course, if it begins to take off, you can jump in and get a starter position here. You don't want the daily close and it's closed and it's up here at $200 or something. Oh yeah, it closed above the daily close. So use some use your best judgment there with that. But I'd like to see a daily close above there. I'll probably take it on the break. So any break of this level, I'm going to jump in because I know I can always get out if it drops back down again. That's how I generally trade. But you're not financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? I have to be careful with my voice. I can already feel it cracking under the pressure. And so that's what I'm looking for there. And the targets to the upside would be initially this $194 level. And again, remember what we saw with the SPY. How many times? One, two, three, four. Oh, sorry. One, two, three, four, five, six times. Usually I find some between 7 and 10th time that will bust through because the sellers will be getting exhausted here. And so we'll see. Now, if it doesn't, 7 or 10 goes, and then that's the bears win, and then we fall down, and the bulls will reload and then try again to go up. Okay. So just because you're going, oh yeah, it's tried so many times, why didn't it break through on the 8th or 9th time and then it capitulated? Because that what happens. But generally I'll see that. So that's what I'm looking at for Nvidia. A move to 194 and then ultimately a move back to 206. So 194, 200 up here, and then 206 area would be my ultimate destination. And it might take a bit of time. Remember, earnings are near the end of February, so this could take 3 or 4 weeks move to play out there. However, those are my levels there for Nvidia. $190 there is the level that we must see. Now, if we do come back, this could be a good entry. Look, you can just play these ranges really from about this 186 level up to 190 and back. You could have played this range quite a few times. So I'm not going to be freaking out if it can't get through here and it comes back here again. This would be my place to jump in and load, or on the 20 EMA on the daily, which is 185. So 185, 186 would be my support area to the bottom. And this is the SR flip. If we go above 190, long, below 190 can go short, and then again long if we hold support at 185, 186, back up again between 185, 186, back to 190 there. Now, if we lose this level, that would be my place to say, okay, we're going to have to wait for another day for this to make another go at this crucial 190 level. You can see that is the level that it really has struggled with and it cannot get above. So usually when you identify a key level like that, when that breaks, price will begin to go. And so you can see how that plays out. Now, let me just show you a quick sneak peek of the new tribal trades indicator, which is called the ribbons indicator. And this works with the signals indicator. See, the signals indicator gets you a beautiful entry on the tribal trades trend line, one trend line to rule them all. You get double confirmation, and then you add to the trade when it turns blue. And then if it goes back to orange or red, you can get out of the trade. And then, of course, you get back in the trade there. Now, this is happening over a number of days. This is on the 4-hour chart. So, even if you got out on Tuesday, you're getting back on Wednesday, the very next day. So it's not like you have to sit there watching the charts. And then you see another green arrow to get you in. And then the blue is where you can add your second buy to the trade. And then green, it's go time. That's when you add your third buy to the trade. So it's the idea of how it happens is one, and this is a good example down over here. You buy here on the green arrow, your first buy. When it turns blue, you see how the ribbons are now blue. You add your second buy. And then when the ribbons turn green, that's your third buy there. And it means also if you miss this first buy, you still get a chance to buy here. And if you miss this 1, 2, you can buy and still make some money with the green, and you don't feel like you're FOMOing in. So this is the signals indicator is the leading indicator. The ribbons indicator, as my crown trader April, who's an amazing crown trader in the tribal trades Discord. I do have to share some of her trades. I won't have time to do it today. Um, she says it's a confirmation indicator. So you get in here and this confirms the trade, and you can add more to the trade. Or if you missed either of these entries, you can still get in. And if we jump over actually to Nvidia here, we can see how beautifully this has worked. We'll actually go to the daily time frame for Nvidia here. You can see the beautiful entry here. Then it turns blue here. You can see just this blue strand here, and then that gives you a second entry. And then when it goes green, that gives you a third entry. So ideally, you can, there's still time here because we're still green. Of course, if this is going to turn over and turn orange or red, then we're not in the play. But as you can see, why the tribal trade system works so well, because it gets you in earlier to place. It gets you in down here around this 170, and then you add to it here around 177, and then you add to it again somewhere around this 180. So by the time it's up at 190, you're, wow, if it rejects on here, I can take profits, which is what up here, or I can keep holding it, or as it breaks through, I can add to the trade there. So you can see how well this indicator works, and you can get access to both these indicators and all the trainings and tutorials in the Tribal Trades Discord. We have the full Tribal Trade System trading course in the Tribal Trades Discord, as well as the indicators, as well as all the channels. Remember, a whopping 90%, 9 out of 10 trades are winning trades across all the channels in the Tribal Trades Discord, approximately 90%. I would say some weeks above 90%, sometimes a little bit below 80%, below 90% there, but on average around 90% there. And that includes the Crown Traders channel there, absolutely crushing it with the trades there, the SNDK trade. I've got to show some of these trades that April has been giving as well. And I'm only going to allow the 15% discount. It's only because I've been unwell and I haven't really been able to show the indicator here just for 2 more days. So just till the end of this week, you have to lock in the discount at $65 per month. Usual price, $80 per month. You get that $65 per month every month there. The Tribal Trades Discord. You're not locked in at all. It's just month to month. So if you don't have time or it doesn't work out for you, of course, no problems at all. We wish you all the best. But I just know when you come into the Tribal Trades Discord, I call it the Tribal Trades family, when you see the wealth transformational process that we're undertaking and the life-changing gains, you're just not going to want to leave. There's a link below in the description of this video. You might need to click the more button for that to pop out, and then you will click the button there. That will open up a screen. It will say join the wait list. Don't worry about that. You won't have to wait for long, just maybe a few minutes, maybe a few hours at most before you gain access to the Tribal Trades Discord. All right, well, that's all we have time for today. So until the next episode, or until I see you in the Discord, happy trading.